So let's talk about Bitcoin and inflation. Why inflation makes Bitcoin an even better investment. Inflation, if you don't know, is when the governments print more money, money becomes less valuable over time. That's why you may have heard your grandparents talk about how they could buy this piece of gum for 1 cent when they were young. It's because money they get less valuable over time. However, Bitcoin is what is called deflationary, which means that it becomes worth more over time because it becomes more scarce. Because it's written into the code of Bitcoin that every fourth year it is halved how many Bitcoin is released. And by the year of I think it's 2100 something, no more Bitcoin are added, and that's why that Bitcoin gets more and more and more scarce, and that's why it also will be worth more because people will want to buy Bitcoin. However, there's not that many available, and then the price rises. And that's also, you can see in this article, U.S. inflation climbs to highest rate since 2008, about 5%. Some people even think that it may be about 10-15%. It's very difficult to calculate. So basically, just from buying Bitcoin, just on an inflationary, from an inflationary point of view, it's good. And also from a future perspective, because Bitcoin is rising and rising and rising. If we look at this from all time, when it started down here, being worth nothing, $3, $1, and now that it's been up at 60,000, because it's the future, because it is the future asset. And also, you really shouldn't think that much of Bitcoin as a currency like you do with a dollar. You use it every day. You should more think of it as an asset, just like gold. Like when people have a lot of money, they invest into gold because then they can get a yield, they can get a gain of 6% of their invested money every year. That's how you should look at Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin is intelligent, so it's way better than gold. And guess what? It's the future. We're seeing El Salvador actually use it as a legal tender. And even though that's not what it's will be used for in the future, because there's a lot of other cryptos that can be used for that is much better being used for like everyday transfers of money. The fact that we're seeing these countries switching to Bitcoin means that it actually has a real value in the world. And there's also rumors of a lot of South American countries about to go to Bitcoin. Argentina, big countries, Mexico. There's a lot of rumors about this. And the Fear and Greed Index, yes. You see, also, we're actually going upwards with the Bitcoin. Yesterday, there was extreme fear. Now we've moved into fear. Just last week, it was extreme fear, but it was 15. That's so much lower. It actually seemed quite kind of positive for Bitcoin, as if you think of just buying right now. Because 3 months ago, 58,000. Now we're at 40,000. It's a great time to buy. A lot of people are saying that the bull run is over. However, it was just in May that the Bitcoin was halved. The amount of Bitcoin released was halved. And a lot of people who have insider knowledge says that the reason it has fallen is, of course, it was partly due to the Elon Musk tweet. However, there's also been so much bad news on Bitcoin from banks, from governments, people who does not want Bitcoin to succeed. And meanwhile, guess what? The banks, they have been investing in Bitcoin behind the scenes. So they're basically trying to keep Bitcoin low right now, so companies and banks can actually invest. So they're trying to drive Bitcoin down. And my guess is that Bitcoin, most people who know something about Bitcoin, they're sure that Bitcoin, they will double and maybe triple and maybe even quadruple. Some people have even said that Bitcoin may reach 200,000 this year. So I'm definitely investing right now. It is a good time to buy Bitcoin and stock up on Bitcoin. Dollar cost dollar cost averaging, putting in a little every day when it's low. Yeah, that's basically it for today. Great time to buy Bitcoin still, even though it is up 18% the last 7 days. Over the last 3 months, it is down 30%. Still a great time to buy the Bitcoin. And that's it for today. See you tomorrow.